Alright, so BFI Shift Knob install. This is the old one, all worn out, whatnot. So first step is you pull up on that right there. Pull that up, right? Don't cut yourself, because these pieces tend to break. I don't know how people break them, but they do. Alright, so you're gonna pull up, lift this bitch up. You're gonna lift this all the way up, right? You're gonna lift it all the way up so it looks like this. You want to disconnect your connector right here. I'm gonna do it when I have both hands. And then the next step is you want to cut this. You can either cut it. I got cutters to try and cut it, or people say you just like put a flathead screwdriver and just loosen it up, and it should just drop. And then once it drops, once you take this off, you can take this whole thing off. So I'm gonna unplug this and then take that off. So like I said, you unplug this from your thing, that just controls the lights right here. Found it a little weird. I was pushing down at the top right here, but I found it better if you just push at the top over this, and it'll slide out easier. And then with this, all I did was take these pliers. I literally just pliers. I bought this little quick set at Advance Auto, a nice set that's like brand new to make it easier to cut through this, and I literally just cut it, and it should just drop for now. Or I could just take my flathead and fuck with it to just get it to drop, because you just want it to drop. And then now, so got it off. All you have to do is just literally just grab it firm, pause, and just pull it straight up, because this locking ring was keeping this part connected, right? So now that it's off, we can put this to the side and start installing everything else. All right, next step, you're gonna take your screwdriver and you're just gonna pop this cap off, because this cap is holding your shift knob, your factory one, to the boot. So you want to pop this off so that you can remove it from the boot. All right, not gonna lie, that was a pain in the ass. Taking this off, you know, you're gonna fucking mess it up a little bit. But that was a pain in the ass, because it's holding this in, and now you're trying to get it around out of this like section right here that this is like sitting into. It's a pain in the ass. You know, I cut myself a little tiny boo-boo. But yeah, try not to fucking cut yourself, because it will be tough. You want to just literally just take, see, my thing dropped out. This is going to be on top like this, right? And all you want to do is just literally, those little sections, stick your thing in and just like keep working it. Just keep working it around, go around in circles, work it, and just fucking pop it off. Once it gets to a certain point, you can literally just pull it off. So that step's done. And as you can see, this shit just dropped right through. Boom. Now, pay attention, because this little ring right here will fall with it, or it'll be stuck inside here. I saw a dude just on Facebook the other day post about having this ring sitting somewhere in here. He had no idea what it is. That ring is this. So you want to make sure you take this ring off with when you take everything else off. All right, so now next step, you're gonna take everything out of the package, and now this is gonna be like your clamp for like what goes on to the shifter to be able to like pick up and down and whatnot. So I bought blue thread locker. I bought blue thread locker, right? Because I'm gonna put blue thread locker on these bolts. They're super tiny, and obviously you don't want to go too crazy tightening them up, but you know, for precaution, you just want to make sure that they have no chance of backing out over time with vibrations and whatnot. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put blue thread locker and slowly tighten these up, and then we'll move on to the next step. So real quick, so that's how the bolts are going to be. You know, you got the blue thread locker. Once you put it onto the shifter mechanism, then you can tighten them down. I just wanted to point out, so this top screw is going to go through. See how it's completely through? You want to, when you put this over, this little section right here of threads goes through this hole, which then allows you to lift up to get past the reverse lockout. So just unscrew it all the way so that you can put it through, line it up, and then tighten that thread through so that it grabs onto that. All right, we're gonna do that now. So as a test fit, that's what it should look like. When you look down, you should see it through there. I'm going to loosen it back up, and I'm just gonna put some thread locker in there so that it doesn't somehow reverse back out over time. So yeah, just a quick thought. And this is how it's gonna be, you know. Want to be able to lift it up and then pull it out, right? Okay. So I'm gonna put some blue thread locker on that. All right. So with the blue thread locker, this is all set. So when you lift this up, that is your reverse lockout. So now you still have these two bolts to tighten up. And now from the videos I saw, this still has plenty of play, right? So this had your knob sits all the way at the bottom of this, right? That's the bottom where your knob will sit at. But this still has play, so like you have to lift this up, which lifts up the ball, which then lifts up your reverse lockout. So what I'm going to do is, see, this has a lot of play, so like you don't want to tighten it down all the way down here, because then it's like you got to lift it all the way up and then lift it more up. I'm just going to tighten it all the way up so that when I lift up, it lifts it up right away, right? So just to give you an idea, that's how far up or far down, whatever you want to say, it's going to be at to tighten it up, right? And now we put the blue thread locker on these bolts prior to installing them, so now all we have to do is install them and tighten down this section right here. So just to give you a demonstration, this is how your ball is. Your reverse lockout, right? So you can't, it's in park right now, right? You can't pull it back. You have to lift it up, then you're good. Reverse lockout. Now once it's out of, like in reverse, you can bring it to neutral. You don't have to lift it up. You can put it over, boom. You know, you can mess with it, but go over to neutral, lift it up to go into reverse. You can't go into park, right? You have to lift it up, go into park. So the bolting it or tightening it here, also real quick, don't go super tight on these bolts. They're so tiny. As soon as you start feeling any type of tension, just stop right there. Make sure it's even on both sides. And because you put the blue thread locker, you don't have to worry about those coming out. But yeah, so this just makes it to where the ball sits, it just immediately engages. It doesn't have to be brought up more, or there won't be any space between where the ball sits and here. Okay, so real quick, when you're putting the boot on, you want to make sure the boot is just above where the bolts are, not where the lip is, where the shift knob is going to sit on. You want it to be below that, so it's a nice and clean look. And then to help you, just line up these lines here, because then it's going to be lined up in the back the same exact way. So then you put your zip tie on, you just zip tie it and control the bunching to be more towards the back, so it's nice and clean look. So now that's what it should look like with the zip tie. And now you can just push this down. So I'm going to push it down, or actually reconnect your connector, then you can push this down and clip this back in, right? So now that's how my boot looks. You know, try to make it as best as you can for you, but I wanted to have this like nice and straight. So boom, boom, we're good there. So now we're gonna put the shift knob on. So real quick, my kit didn't come with the Allen key for this. So what this does is you loosen this up so that you can rotate the ball. So like the ball is gonna have this seam. I'm gonna put the seam towards the back, right? So to the back. So now you can tighten this down. Boom. Give it an extra little twist. So now the seam is in the back. Nice clean, right? But yeah, my kit didn't come with it. So it was a 2.5 on a metric for Allen keys. So just a heads up, because yeah, my kit came with 2 of them, but these were not the right size to fit that. So, and then now you can put your logo on the top. All right, so check it. That's the finished product. So it's regular, just how you would, you know, by pulling the knob on this. Instead, lift up, in reverse. Then you can go to whatever gear you want. Boom, boom, boom. Have your fun. You know, everything works flawlessly. And then to get into reverse, lift up, reverse, put it in park. You know, you can lift up like this, bougie like that. 2 fingers like that, gangsta like that. You know, you can do what you do. But yeah, and make sure you center this. Yeah, buddy, that's what this should look like. Nice, easy, quick install. Bro, I am not going to lie, this is such a dope mod. Number 1, for the feel. This is something that you touch every single day. If you want it to feel good or you want it to feel like shit, pause, right? Matching this with the suede steering wheel wrap, yo, with the red pad carbon trim. Oh, this now, ooh, interior is looking fire, son. Come on now. And this shit works flawlessly. Goes into reverse, goes into park, no problem. So this is definitely worth the money. It's $200. That's a little pricey for a shift knob, but this is so worth it. Shout out to Black Forest Industries. This is a great product. Definitely recommend.